Some of you have dreams and visions and businesses and ideas and concepts, and they're beautiful, but until you pay the sacrifice, I swear you can't have success where you have not had sacrifice. I swear you won't get it just because you want it, or just because you think you're worth it. You will succeed in the areas and to the degree of your sacrifice.
Go out there, take no prisoners, have no regrets, have no fear. Lay it all out on the line.
You never say no. You never say it can't get done. Don't you ever say out your mouth it can't get done. Even if you feel in your heart it can't get done, you don't say it out loud. You let the broke folks say that.
You've got to get comfortable in getting uncomfortable. And the minute that discomfort begins to woo you, you are no longer in control. Now the circumstances are. So put yourself purposefully in uncomfortable situations.
I can reinforce that breach.
You let the folks they firing first say that. You always say it can get done.
It can be the mark of victory or it can be the mark of defeat.
You can't let anything stop you from doing what you were called to do.
You bitch about everything in life, but we do nothing about it. Very few people do anything about it. I'm fat, I'm out of shape. All these fucking things. What the fuck are you doing about it? You gotta take action in your life. You gotta stop bitching. You gotta start paying. Find a solution to your fucking problem. Don't be the problem. Take action. For every action, there's an opposite reaction. If all you do is bitch, nothing's gonna happen in your life. Take action, take control. Stay hard.
Get up. Go. Fight on.
People didn't think I was human. Mm-hmm. They thought I came from outer space, man, from some spacecraft and landed down here and just formed Goggins from the rocks and the soul of the earth. No, that's not how it is, man. So I said, I'm gonna share a secret with you all.
How do you keep going? Why do you keep going? When the world says everything else is supposed to be opposite.
When I talk to people, I see where I'm at today, but I know where I come from.
Do not take the easy way out. Do not give up based on instinct. If you are forced to stand down, to retreat, so that you can rebuild and reattack, so be it.
Pain is a repetition of the psyche. Until you learn how to figure it out, until you learn how to tap it on the back and say, I know you there, but I'm built to deal with you.
I'm amazed at what a human being can actually do. So when I start talking to myself in the third person, it's strictly because I know that I literally made this human being out of just like a whole bunch of scraps. You know, I wasn't trained in how to build a human being from nothing. You know, like my mom didn't train me, my dad didn't train me. And I started putting this scrap metal together.
We must find a way to push through pain to understand that's on the other side of that is glory.
Make that decision based on logic, not on the instinct of surrender and defeat. And you need to train that instinct, your instinct. Train it to say, get up, go, fight on.
There's two sides of pain that I don't think a lot of people really understand.
Like, I wonder what's gonna happen. You know, the first year I tried to do is all fucked up. And after a while, I started learning more and more and more through pain and suffering. I started learning so much about stuff. Before I knew it, man, I built this beautiful car. And I'm like, how the f did I do that? And I knew how, and I know how to do it because I have all the tools. Through all the failure I went through trying to build this person who's Goggins.
There's one side of pain that's the suffering and the discomfort side of pain. That's why everybody raised their hands when I first asked, have everybody ever been through pain? Because that hurts. You remember what that felt like. But then there's another side of pain. That's called effort. It's called glory. It's called if you can find a way to push through pain, there's something greater on the other side of it.
It's very challenging to act, to do those things. There are times when you're looking at it, you say, I know I need to do this, but I don't feel like it. I don't want to do it. I know I need need to do it yet. Leave me alone. No, I don't want to do it. So what do we do? What are those things that cause us to do like that?
If that is what become, if that becomes your fundamental reaction to adversity, if that becomes your gut instinct, then you will overcome just about anything that stands in your path.
I see something that's quite off, quite not the same, and that's what I go for. This book is exactly who I am as a person. Exactly the way I did this book is how I've done almost my entire life. Is I see what is not the norm, what's impossible, what all the theorists say you shouldn't be doing this. That's the wrong way to go. And I'm like, let me see if I can pull this shit off.
Listen to me, you have to be careful when you hang around average people. All they're going to do is tell you what they can't do, and that's okay that they can't do it, but that has absolutely nothing to do with us. We can go from being homeless and high school dropouts to having PhDs, writing books, and becoming the voice of a generation. We can do whatever we believe we can do, and we don't need anybody's permission to do it but ours.
You never allow anybody to make you feel bad about being so blessed when you've worked your ass off to get it. You decided all the clubs, partying, hanging out, popping bottles with models, and all that shit, that ain't for me. I'm gonna be out here running in the hot sun, practicing, playing basketball, shooting on weekends while everybody else is clubbing and hanging out. You got your focus right. These are the type of people that I can connect to and identify. It doesn't matter if you think I'm a bigger star or I got more money. I respect any motherfucker that wakes up every day and work their ass off to live their life and lifestyle.
I am great, listen to me, and I don't owe anybody an apology. I am phenomenal, and I don't owe anybody an apology. I am going to do great things, and I don't owe anybody an apology. I was created to be great. I was created to do great things. I was created to have great things, and I will no longer ask others for their permission.
I don't remember the last time I lost sleep over a hater. It's not that I'm above opinions. It's not that I'm bigger, greater, or more significant than anybody. But you will never make me feel bad about being this blessed when I've worked my ass off to get it. You got a problem with your life and your lifestyle? You want to sit on the internet and make comments, create usernames, go on the blogs, and tear everybody else down about their life and their lifestyle, who they dating, who they marrying, what divorce issues they going through? What you got going on with your life, homie? Who are you?
In order for us to have and be and do everything we were born to do is, number one, we have to kill the noise. We have to stop going to other people and looking to other people for their permission to do what only we can do.
You're still alive, but you're waking up every day and going to sleep, not doing nothing with your life and your time. But yet, you hate and you're jealous and you're envious and got a problem with everybody else and everybody else's blessed life. But you ain't doing shit. You playing Xbox, eating gum, chicken, fucking around, chasing chicks, trying to make chicks think that you are what you appear to be.
We have an epidemic in this world.
If you don't fix this, you will be a bitch for the rest of your life.
What the fuck are you doing? Watching some mind-numbing TV. Making that list you need to go to the store next time. Making those phone calls to those people and just chit-chatting and gossiping about dumbass things.
The epidemic I'm talking about is a lot of people bitch about fucking everything. They bitch about not having time. They bitch about their boss. They bitch about their husband. They bitch about their lives. They bitch about everything.
Your feelings are screwing you. I don't care how you feel. I care about what you want. And if you listen to how you feel when it comes to what you want, you will not get it. Because you will never feel like it.
you can't put your foot down. You can't say yes, you can't say no. You don't own yourself. You'll be a beta bitch for the rest of your life. But congratulations, the red flag, you noticed it, you're gonna deal with it now, so you'll win. And it's not about being overly aggressive and hysterical, but it's about owning yourself.
You need to get outside your comfort zone. It's not about taking risks, it's about getting outside your comfort zone. Those first 3 seconds when you push yourself out of bed, they blow. But once you're up, it's great.
Mr. Resistance will be there every morning, noon, and night. And while you were sleeping, riding your ass, kicking your ass, unless you turn around and you start throwing punches.
We bitch about everything in life, but we do nothing about it. Very few people do anything about it. I'm fat, I'm out of shape, all these fucking things. What the fuck are you doing about it? You gotta take action in your life. You gotta stop bitching. You gotta start find a solution to your fucking problem. Don't be the problem. Take action. For every action, there's an opposite reaction. If all you do is bitch, nothing's gonna happen in your life. Take action, take control, stay hard.
You've got to get comfortable in getting uncomfortable. And the minute that discomfort begins to rule you, you are no longer in control. Now the circumstances are. So put yourself purposefully in uncomfortable situations.
See, we don't have the courage, and that's what it takes, courage. It takes guts to do that which you know you need to do. If you don't have the courage to act, life many times will move on you and make you act. Life will whoop your butt so bad. You will be so miserable, you will catch so much hell, you say, yes, I will do it. What do you want me to do? Take me.
The truth of the matter is, no matter how productive you are, all of us have been guilty of wasting days and wasting time and sometimes wasting opportunities along the way.
There are winners, there are losers, and there are people who have not discovered how to win.
In fact, what makes you start to get wiser as you get older is that as the sands begin to fall more rapidly and you begin to recognize that you're running out of time. I don't have time to make that mistake. I've got to redeem the time. I got to make it count. I cannot mess this up. My time becomes more valuable the more it becomes limited.
You see, it comes down to one simple thing. It is easier to convince yourself that they got lucky than actually becoming successful. Haters don't really hate you. They hate themselves more because you are a mirror of what they wish to be, not what they are willing to work to be. You are what they wish to be, not what they will work to be. Don't worry about hate. If they are hating, then they are already below you.
So then you got all these people running around who act like they're entitled to your life and your lifestyle because you're your friends. Let me tell you something, homie. I don't owe you shit. You see me in my Rolls Royce, private planes, rooftop hotel, 5-6-star lifestyle. I've worked my ass off to have it, and you can keep all your little slick ass comments to yourself. Cause guess what?
Ignore the noise. You have no time for negative bullshit. Repeat it in your head whenever a comment comes to mind. I have no time for negative bullshit. Repeat and repeat this until you believe it. Because let me tell you this, you do not have any time for negative bullshit.
I be on the internet, man. I be looking at comments, and it just dawned on me. We got folks that wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning with 3-4 kids. Single mothers raising their kids on their own. Deadbeat dads who don't show up for nothing on any level. And then you got homegirls of that mother or family members of that hard-working mother. And they hating on you. You got 4 kids. You on the bus at 6 a.m. train, going, seeking, hunting, trying to work your ass off to provide for kids that you are now raising. You didn't make the kids on your own, but you're raising them on your own. So I'm sending this message out there to all of the men and the women who work their ass off every fucking day. Whether you're a multi-millionaire, whether you just got a couple thousand in your account or even a couple of hundred, that's your money. You worked your ass off for it. Don't lose no sleep over these haters, man.
If you are wasting your time on negativity, you will become negative. Surround yourself with people you admire and want to become, and delete negative people from your world. They will only attempt to drag you back down. Another important lesson on this journey is, don't attempt to bring these negative people up with you. It will not happen. You are carrying dead weight. It is hard. They may be friends or family, but you must cut them loose. If they really can make it to the levels you are going, then they will help themselves to get started. You cannot do it for them. And in most cases, they don't give a shit anyway. You see, not everyone wants to work 80-hour work weeks and beat their bodies to the ground for success and riches. Instead, they want the easy route and convince themselves it's not possible.
The reason they got a problem with your life is because they don't have a life. The reason why they paying so much attention to all of the amazing and wonderful things you got going on with your life and your career is because they don't have one. Huh? People are talking behind your back because you left them a long time ago. They're behind you.
It is much simpler to change your thoughts and beliefs on something than it is to actually put the hard work, the blood, the sweat, and the tears into attempting to achieve something. If we can just convince ourselves that they got lucky, or they had it easy, or they had a better opportunity, if we convince ourselves of this, then we don't have to face up to the actual reality that they worked their asses off to get to that position. And deep down, you know that this is what it took, and this is what it's going to take you. The journey of success is like standing at the bottom of a mountain. Looking up is very deterring and discouraging. From the bottom, the top seems so far away, an unobtainable goal. In this moment, we convince ourselves that reaching the peak is beyond our reach, and we talk our minds out of it. But it all starts with a step. One step, then another, until you're 200 steps up, looking down on the people telling you to come down.
Haters talk behind your back because they behind you. They gone.
But you venture on, and the yells from below get louder and louder. From all the way up here, you stop hearing them. The noise and negative opinion of others does not shake you. On your way to the top, you will come across other people on the mountain in pursuit. You may expect the negative words, like that of the people below. But one thing you will learn on your climb to the top is these people who are also climbing upwards will only help you and encourage your success. They may test you and compete with you, but only to better each other. These are the people you should surround yourself with.
Why are you going to clubs when you broke and fucked up? Why do you have the latest iPhone when you got no money? Move the needle forward. Do something to self-help education instead of like, you know what? I'm just gonna live my life freeloading and coming up off of everybody else.
If I'm going from experience, every conqueror that hit the top, they take one breath and look down from once where they have come from, and then look up once more for the higher mountain to climb. When you are in pursuit like this, you never settle. You are always looking up and never down. If you are the one hated, then you are most likely doing something right. You see, if you are hating on someone, you are probably not in the place you want to be. You may not even realize it, but you are focusing on someone else's journey and you are looking at them with envy. This completely destroys your inner belief. You have already placed yourself below or put them on a pedestal. Whether you want to admit it or not, that person is showing you that it is possible to achieve your dream. And you are attempting to discredit that because you don't feel as if the way they did it or what they achieved is possible for yourself. If you are the one hated, The only way you lose to them is if you retaliate. You have no business reacting to people trying to drag you down, although you must distinguish hate from critique, as the latter can amplify your success and be used as a tool. Haters are like fuel for the fire, coal being shoveled into a train. So long as you use that fire right, you will be an unstoppable force. You see, it comes down to one simple thing. It is easier to convince yourself that they got lucky than actually becoming successful. Haters exist because successful people are like a mirror being held up to them, showing them they have no excuse for why they are not successful. This then leads to the haters trying to discredit or tear down the successful person.
I don't understand that, man. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I want y'all to understand. Never, ever allow anybody to make you feel bad about being so blessed when you work your ass off to live your life and lifestyle. Feed your kids, feed your family. Be there for people when they need you the most. If you can, cool. Don't ever give. Listen to me, I'm giving you advice that I wish somebody gave me. Don't ever give money and pay everybody's bills because you feel bad about having more than everybody else. It's not about being evil, mean, and condescending. Some of you haters, y'all are gonna write some negative shit in my comments. I don't care. I have a bottom line, and my bottom line is this, man. I was broke and fucked up my whole life. I decided that I wanted better for my life. I decided that I think that there's something greater, better, and more significant out there for my life.
There are winners, and there are losers, and there are people who have not discovered how to win. And all they need is some coaching. All they need is some help and assistance, just a little support. All they need is some insight or a different strategy or plan of action to make some adjustments that will open up the key to a whole new future for them, that will give them access to the unlimited power that they have within themselves. That's all that they need. So what I want you to do is think about something you want for you, that's real for you, that's important for you, that will give your life some special meaning and power. And I don't even want you to say, I can do that. I don't want you to assume that. See, 5 years ago when I started out in this area, I would not have been able to make the mental leap that I would be up to where I am right now. I don't want you to begin to just psych yourself out. No. I want you to be able to say something to yourself that will enable you to maintain a level of integrity with yourself. That when you say this, even when you face tremendous setbacks, it will be a benchmark to keep you in the game, to keep you moving forward and experimenting and readjusting your strategy and your plan of action, continuously looking for ways to win. So what is that something?
My life changed overnight, something I had been working for since I was 7 years old in a park with my mother. Watching her sit in an old beat-up Beard Regal when she had me at 16 years old, and she took me back to a 2-bedroom room, 14 people, sleeping on the floor with roaches and rats, and missing meals when I was a kid. There was times when I went to practice, I hadn't even eaten. And guys would be out there complaining, and the only thing I was working on was my work ethic and my drive and my dream and my goal to get to where I was trying to get to. And I knew if I would have stopped in that moment, I would never get to where I was trying to get to. I would really miss meals.
When you got an idea you want to move on, you might not have the money, you might not have the education, you might not have the support or the resources you need. What is that something that can keep us going, that will enable us to act on our dream? What's one of those keys that will begin to help us to discover the secrets to our dream?
You know that dream of going to the NFL? I said, yes, sir. I'm close. It's a strong possibility you probably can never play the game of football another day in your life. I said, no way. I said, I don't know if you know how hard I worked for this. Like, I don't know if you know, I've been working since I was 7 years old. Like, I didn't start out playing football saying, man, I just want to go to the NFL to make it. Yeah, I wanted to go to the NFL to take care of my family, give back to my community. But the way in which I started playing the game, I started playing in the street, and I would be bloody.
Say, it's possible. That's all I want you to do when you look at your dream. Just say to yourself every day, it's possible. Just say that every day to yourself, it's possible. Because what does that do? See, it begins to change your belief system. See, the way in which we operate, ladies and gentlemen, it's a manifestation of what we believe, what's possible for us.
So I never cheated. I was taught you work for something, the result will be what you want it to be. Like, I never cheated. Like, nobody had to worry about me cutting corners. Like, a coach would give me a workout, I'll go do it, and my teammate would try to cheat. Sometimes I'll complete my guy's workout. Like, I never believed in it, right? Because I knew every time I cheated, it was a possibility and an opportunity for me to become weaker. And so I never believed in cheating. I never believed in the mentality behind cutting corners and not facing a challenge. Because I understood that if it didn't challenge me, it wouldn't change.
Whatever you've done up to this point, all that it really is a duplication, it's a reproduction of what you believe subconsciously that you deserve and what's possible for your life.
Until you pay the sacrifice, I swear you can't have success.
Most people operate out of their personal history, out of their memory, things they've done, things they've experienced, things they've seen, things that they have observed. What I'm suggesting that you operate out of a larger vision of yourself. I want you to see yourself doing what you want to do, experiencing what you want to experience, having what you want to have, doing what it is that gives your life some meaning and value.
I come as one, but I stand as 10,000. Meaning I had made a vow to a lot of people. I had made vows to a lot of people about what I would do and what I would represent. And when I tell somebody something, I don't take that lightly. Like, if I tell you I'm gonna give you everything I got, you can bet your bottom dollar I'm gonna give you everything I got. My word, it means something, and whatever I gotta go through and accept and be a part of in order to make it happen, I'm willing to go through. I'm committed to every single aspect of my life. And I was taught commitment is staying true to what you said you would do long after the mood that you said it in has left. Because we say things when the mood is right? But when the environment and the mood changes, we back off of it.
Operate out of your imagination, not your memory. Because whenever you look at where you want to go, I'm wanting to warn you, you will have some conversation back here after you go through the data that you've experienced in life saying you can't do it.
But I have made a vow to a lot of people, not only my teammates, I made a vow to everybody that had ever invested in me in my life that I would finish what I started and I would complete my mission every single day. And by completing my mission in life every single day, I mean I would empty my bucket and give every aspect of my life, every single bit of Inky Johnson. I may be crazy, I don't know, but I just believe my 5-year-old son and my 6-year-old daughter, they deserve the best version of me. I may be crazy, I don't know, but I just believe my wife that I've been with ever since we were in the 5th grade, she deserves the best version of me. I may be crazy, I don't know, but my 3 little sisters, I just believe they deserve the best version of their big brother. I may be crazy, I don't know, but the people I'm of service to on the face of this planet, they deserve the best version of me, and I'm not gonna give them any less.
And so what you want to begin to do is ignore that inner conversation. Well, most people, ladies and gentlemen, when something happens to them, what they do is they begin to believe that that's the way it is. That's the way it's always been. And they can't see the possibility of it being any different.
If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good, nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master. If you can think and not make thoughts your aim. If you can meet triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same. If you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn-out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And, which is more, you'll be a man, my son. There's all kinds of different ways to break. You can break physically, you can break mentally, you can break your heart, you can break your spirit, and none of those are fun, and all of those are going to leave a mark. But the mark that they leave can be the mark of victory, or it can be the mark of defeat. Because every time you break, and in every way that you break, while it's a chance, it's definitely a chance for you to give up and for you to just to fall apart. But there's also opportunity. There's opportunity to get stronger, and get smarter, and get faster, and get tougher, and get more stable, and get more resilient, and get better. When you break, you have the opportunity to show the world, the whole world, what you are really made of. So if you break, if you break, the fight isn't over. In fact, if you break, the fight is just beginning. And as you crawl up and out of that dismal and wretched place, covered, and you're covered in blood and sweat and dirt and filth as you rise above what you were. And as you take the form of who you are supposed to be, you will see that in the very act of standing up, in the very act of fighting on, you will become and you will remain unbroken.